Hello, everybody, and welcome to the day one keynote. I hope that you enjoyed the yesterday's show, and today we start for real. So just for the today's schedule, we have the sessions. The topic for today are the platforms and then the monitoring. There will be a forum on the monitoring subject, and then 2 sessions in the morning. After that, the lunch break. So the conference center is really full. That's why we will have the lunch in two intervals. Please, the lunch is here. And then 3 sessions in the afternoon, and in the evening we have the famous Heroes of Dewesoft. The session schedule for yourself, you have all individual sessions. They are available on the back side, also on your as a QR code. When you scan that with the phone, your sessions are available. And then you can also change the sessions live. If you would like to visit another topic, just go to the web page and just change the session schedule as you wish. The exhibition floor space is outside. It will be open during the breaks. We are very grateful that also the partners came to show their products, new technologies. They will also hold technical sessions. So please feel free to join them. Then I was looking over the weekend for the weather forecast, and the weather forecast was great for yesterday. And today, it's a little bit different. So the Heroes of Dewesoft usually is held at the Laško Center. It's an old ancient city, which has a very nice surrounding. But due to the weather forecast, I think nobody is interested to be outside in cold weather during the rain. So we had to move it to inside. But the good thing is that for the next days, for tomorrow and for Thursday, better weather is forecasted. Still not as hot as the last days, but it is perfect to stay inside and to listen to the technical sessions. So if there will be no rain in the afternoon, the walk to the Tri Lilije Sports Center is just 10 minutes away. It's very easy, but if there will be rain, and for those who doesn't like to walk, there will be buses organized from here to the sports center. So those who don't want to attend the Heroes, there will be buses going back to the hotels, starting at 5:30. Then from 7 o'clock to from 5 o'clock to 6:30, there will be buses to Tri Lilije. And then the returning buses from the Heroes will drive more or less the entire night. And there are 2 taxi numbers. They speak English. But of course, if really something bad happens, you have the Dewesoft Oh Shit van, which is also always available for you. If you have any troubles, if you have any questions on the conference, here is also, sorry, take a picture. Yes, there are also hotlines. They are available on the emails. There is also a WhatsApp group. Feel free to post any picture, any comment on the WhatsApp group. And there are also the numbers of Vanya and Nadia, who will help you with whatever you need. And the front desk is open from 8 to 5 p.m. So I hope that you will feel comfortable. If not, just ask anybody of the team, and we will help you to get through these days. Actually, we will start today with the platforms. On the platform side, I would like to mention a little bit about the component status. As you know, in the last years, there were big problems with electronic components, and I'm very happy to say that this is 99.9% solved. There are only few components which we have still trouble with, but this doesn't influence most of our products. So because of this lack of components, even increasing the production capacity with so many orders which came in the last 2 years. We had nothing to take in our hands, and that's why our delivery time went up to almost 6 months, 5 months in the middle of 2022. But now we are very happy that when getting the material in, we are successfully dropping this delivery time, and we can deliver on the short interval. And not only that, based on this experience, we are also made the, let's say, golden stock of products, which whoever went to visit the company yesterday could see it, and we are keeping that we can really deliver those, let's say, standard products in a very short interval. As far as the platforms is concerned, our team of developers will present the news. So let's just start.
Hello, everybody. It's been a while since the last measurement conference, but we've kept ourselves busy by developing new hardware products. We always try to innovate and answer the needs and challenges of the market. One such product came as a need for the faster sampling in applications like transient recording and the most demanding power applications like e-mobility. The increase of inverter switching frequency gave us the need for the higher bandwidth. But we didn't stop here. Normally, you always have to make choices. So one of the choices is to go either high dynamic or high bandwidth. But we were thinking, why not making this both in one product? So we needed something extra, and SIRIUS XHS was born. We innovated again by creating hybrid ADC technology.
Hi. SIRIUS XHS main feature is hybrid ADC. Oh, sorry. So it has top sample rate of 15 megasamples per second per channel. It has 5 megahertz bandwidth with anti-aliasing protection, and it has also hybrid dynamic mode with up to 150 dB dynamic range if we are using a sampling range lower than 5 megasamples. I mean 2 megasamples. All devices provide channel-to-channel and channel-to-ground galvanic isolation. SIRIUS XHS offers top-quality amplifiers for measuring high voltage up to 2000 volts, low voltage up to 100 volts with sensor excitation, and it also has accelerometer IP inputs. Okay. It also has modern interfaces like gigabit LAN, USB 3.0, and CAN-FD. For communication, it uses OPCOA and XCP protocols, and for synchronization, we added PTP version 2. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Marko. Yeah, and we even had a crazy product reveal at the Trbovlje chimney, where our software team lead, Milos, made these almost legendary words. So, Milos, what would you say today?
Yeah, SIRIUS XHS sure works. We have some new and exciting features to show you. Okay, so you were all in the Trbovlje hall yesterday. How did you like the drum show? You probably, and applause for all. But you probably didn't know that the drums were triggered using the new SIRIUS XHS Universal Amplifier with real-time triggering on the counter channels. So, we proudly present you today the new SIRIUS XHS Uni. So, the SIRIUS XHS Uni handles all standard bridge configurations and natively supports EAP sensors. Its high bandwidth makes it a great tool for transient blast recording and shock testing. On the other hand, we have the SIRIUS XHS Counter, which has the options of 8 SuperCounter inputs, and it makes it a great tool for order tracking, combustion analysis, and motor efficiency analysis. Thank you.
Thank you, Milos. What about the IOLITE?
Hello, everybody. In the last few years, we introduced many new IOLITE products. Let's look at a few of them. A new 4-channel high-voltage module with Cat2 1000 volt isolation and ranges up to 2000 volts. With 40 kilo sample rate, is suitable for electrical power quality analysis. An 8-channel EAP module is a perfect pick for high channel count NVH applications.
We've also developed a new strain gauge module strictly dedicated for applications like structural tests and fatigue tests in aerospace and avionics. It's very stable, low drift, and it offers full, half, and even 4-wire quarter bridge configuration. We've also created the Dewesoft's first multi-channel CAN-FD interface. The IOLITE 4x CAN-FD module offers channel-to-channel galvanic isolation, as well as sensor power supply. As you may know, CAN-FD is much faster than CAN, but this module handles them both with speeds up to 5 megabits per second in CAN-FD mode and 1 megabit per second in CAN mode.
The best news for you, more modules are coming to handle even more of your applications.
Let's meet the X line. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Also from my side, I will present today the X line together with my colleague Wolfgang. You know, the first product in that line is the SIRIUS X. It has the same form factor as the regular SIRIUS. It has the Sigma Delta ADC, 24 bits, sampling rate up to 200 kilosamples per second. On the back side, it has the gigabit LAN with the PTP synchronization, and of course also the fully functional CAN-FD. If you like to synchronize that unit with the regular SIRIUS slices or IOLITE or Krypton, you can use on that unit also the sync ports. For the powering of that device, you have two options: just to use the regular power supply 9 to 57 volts DC, or just to use the gigabit port with a PO functionality. The benefit of that unit is also that you can use just one single cable for everything. Like I said yesterday, you can use it for the configuration of the amplifiers, you can use it for the data transmitting, you can use it for the synchronization, and very important, you can use it also for the power supply. If you check our portfolio right now, what kind of products we have now? Right now, we released the SIRIUS 16-time ACC, 16-time STGS, 60-time low voltage with the higher excitation, and also the 32 channels with the low voltage. But if you look, Wolfgang, that device, SIRIUS X, I think something is missing from our vision. Do you know what?
The IOLITE.
Pangi, you are the key mechanical engineer. Can you make it maybe? Wow. Wow, now we have the IOLITE X.
The IOLITE X is perfect for industrial applications like structural health monitoring and vibration testing. It supports the same amplifiers as the SIRIUS X line, so we have already the 8x ACC, 8x STGS, 8x LV, and 16x LV on the IOLITE X platform. It shares the same sampling rates up to 200 kilosamples per second and the same specifications as the SIRIUS X. It can be connected with gigabit LAN, and it's using PTP version 2 for synchronization. Power supply can be supplied by the terminal connector from 9 to 57 volt DC. And we can also use power over Ethernet from 48 to 57 volt, which also means that we can use one single cable to supply up to 100 meters in between with power, data, and synchronization.
But this product line is just the beginning. So yesterday we already mentioned that we built a series of generic amplifiers. So we had a product introduction, for example, of the IOLITE 4x HV. Yes, it works. No? This SIRIUS HV can fit directly into the new X series. So from this time on, now that we have a basic product line, a basic product available, how we implement those amplifiers is basically up to you. So we can change the priorities based on the projects, but I believe that in the next half year we will have the entire IOLITE line converted to the X series. Then, if I look at the SIRIUS X at the back, it has the gigabit LAN with the switch, it has the EtherCAT, it has the CAN-FD, it has the even USB 3.0, and these interfaces will be added on. So this is really more or less new architecture, and the features will come just by the upgrade of the firmware. We will also implement, because of its real-time nature, the outputs in terms of the CAN out with low latency, the XCP output, the EtherCAT out, and the ARM and Linux and Dewesoft RT will allow even these small devices to become data loggers, that they are able to do the online math. So if I repeat the slide from yesterday where I have shown this architecture, I think it's important to also note that the bottom side, below this dashed line, is the device side. So without any software, without anything, you are able to interface the device with the OPC UA client, with IDDS client. It can send the data over MQTT, and this is just the beginning. When the openDAQ will improve, we have the plans to support in the future ASAM standards, for example. It will just be a firmware upgrade, and the device can speak many more languages in the future. So the Obsidian, SIRIUS XHS, SIRIUS XHS Power, SIRIUS X IOLITE X, they all share this same architecture. If I look on the design of this middle part, so Dewesoft RT and the openDAQ, these orange squares, they represent the function blocks. So this can be programmed. The function blocks, the plugins can be programmed by us, like data logger. You have seen yesterday that the drums have been triggered by one of these function blocks. Even the robot, that was a function block, a special function block inside the Obsidian. So these function blocks can be added later, can be modified even by you. So from the X-line instruments, you have seen that we have some devices already built, available. The demo is available if you want to see it live, if you want to have a test run of these first devices. Please feel free to book a demo online. The sessions where we will show these new DAQ systems even more in details are held today and tomorrow. So you are invited to join them. The next part of today's presentation will be the monitoring. So vabim Dina Florjančića, direktorja Dewesoft monitoringa, da se nam pridruži.
Thank you, Jure. Most of the monitoring projects in the last few years have been very successfully implemented on the EtherCAT-based platforms. That means especially the IOLITE. And a lot of projects in the future will be implemented on IOLITE X and Obsidian platforms. As you've heard just before, those platforms actually eliminate the need to have Dewesoft X as a gateway to Historian. But actually, we always knew that we need to come up with another platform that is like even more low power, that is suitable for wireless sensors in the future, and is really even like 10 times lower power concept than the Obsidian and IOLITE X. And that, of course, is the NemoSense. And the NemoSense platform has ultra low power microcontroller, which can go to sleep modes. So it can sample and then you can stop it. I mean, it can stop itself and then sample after a few hours and so on. It has 32 gigabytes of eMMC memory. It has very precise RTC clock. So even if you go to sleep mode and then when you wake up, it's still quite precise. PTP sync is also available on the front plane switch. On the bottom slot, we have like an expansion slot for 4G or LTE module. And on the expansion boards, we have some room for additional analog modules. But the main function of this NemoSense so far has always been the accelerometer that is embedded into the platform already. And there is also a GPS receiver for possibility of GPS synchronization, and of course the possibility to add the battery module. So ever since we introduced this device about 2 years ago, the users were pushing us like, you have a low power device, why don't you add batteries, why don't you add wireless communications? And so our answer initially was this. Like, this is really a bit of a disappointing solution because 2 guys need to carry it, it's heavy, so it's really not something that we were too proud of, but this was just, let's say, an interim solution. And then, you have like batteries, router inside, it works. But actually, after 1.2 years of development, finally, today we can announce that we have ready the battery and 4G communication on the NemoSense in this form factor. It will be possible to see how the device works in the later demos and also outside and so on. But just quickly here, there are 4 options available. Basically, the daisy chain NemoSense. This is now the standard one that previously had only one connector, and now you can daisy chain it as well. And then there is the battery add-on, the LTE 4G add-on, and the GPS add-on. And all those add-ons can also be combined, so you can only have GPS sync and no battery and so on. So they're basically options. The NemoSense can only communicate to Historian. So if you want to get the data to Dewesoft X, you need to have Historian in between, and then you can either stream it or import historically directly to a DXD file. So what is actually the main difference between the NemoSense platform and IOLITE and Obsidian X? Well, the Obsidian and IOLITE have a 10 times faster microcontroller, which means it can run Linux and openDAQ. This is unfortunately not possible on the NemoSense low-power platform, but it also means that it consumes 10 times less power and you can run much longer on battery. Also, important difference, NemoSense, as I mentioned, cannot stream data directly to Dewesoft X, but always connects to Historian. It's an IoT device. In terms of application, the NemoSense is mostly suitable for cargo monitoring, construction site monitoring, and also earthquake early warning systems. So that would be it from the platforms on monitoring. I would now call Gabriele, Managing Director of Dewesoft Italy, on stage to present some very nice success stories from monitoring.
Thank you, Dino. Hello, everyone. Good morning. I want to tell you a story about Dewesoft. Let's go a little bit back in times when Dewesoft was focused on testing with centralized multi-channel data acquisition systems. As you can see from these pictures, all the sensors, transducers were connected even from far away to the central data acquisition system with very long analog cables. But as you have seen in this morning, we are such a company that we listen to the needs of the market and we try to give an answer. So time ago, we have been asked by the market to develop smaller modules able to be distributed, but still keep the synchronization. The idea was to have shorter analog cables, so few sensors connected to smaller device. This was improving the EMC compatibility, but also helping the installation process. But one day, during a lunch in a Japanese restaurant, a guy suggested to even include the transducer inside that box in order to have a complete solution for monitoring system, able to give like a little brick with perfect synchronization. Everything is needed, very quick and precise measurement, quick installation to reduce cost. That was actually the birth of the module IOLITE 3x MEMS ACC. And Giorgio, can you please stand up? I wanted to say thank you for this idea. Giorgio started to deeply evaluate the technical solution. It wasn't easy with him, but finally he was happy and helped us to distribute this idea in the Italian SHM market. We traveled a lot and we started to find some interesting applications in the market, but finally the Morandi Bridge in Genova collapsed. exactly during that period. And this was a real problem for us. All the public tenders, especially when involving bridges or roads, they stopped. And the market stuck for a little bit of time. And since we didn't have enough, COVID came, so that the whole market was stuck for a little longer. And we had to wait until the end of 2022 from 2018, that was the birth of the model, to see some very good opportunity. At that time, the first very interesting tender from the National Public Roads Authority was issued. The tender was about measuring 1,000 viaducts that are considered to be in danger in Italy. So the tender was about having several sensors on an infrastructure. Those sensors had to be connected to a computer. Depending on the number of sensors, sometimes you have to know that they require more than hundreds or 200 sensors. More computers may be needed. And all the data is finally going from this network of computers in the network to the edge server. Of course, this is multiplied by those thousands of bridges. And everything is then streamed to a private infrastructure in the cloud. It's a private cloud. And to allow different manufacturers to cooperate in this huge project, they developed what they call an interoperability standard. It's actually a protocol that everybody should use to stream the data and send commands, get the alarms from every single sensor to the central cloud infrastructure. And this was kept the Dewesoft monitoring team busy and up in nights during the last months. And I have to say thank you to them for the results we got. Thank you, Dino, and the team. But you may think that having a lot of bad bridges, bad towers from yesterday, and a good product may be enough, but actually is not. And every single bridge need to be designed in every single part. And you have to find a solution for every local problem. And you have also to maintain the solution in the market. And this is where our partner, SITE, came into the game. And I would like to invite Eugenio Borghi on the stage. Eugenio is the sales and marketing director of SITE, an Italian company of about 500 million euro turnover, focalized on the telecommunication infrastructures and integration systems. And Eugenio, it was a real pleasure to work with you. I have to admit that the engineering team that you put on this project showed to be very professional, and it was a pleasure to work with.
Thank you very much, Gabriele. Hello to everyone. It's a pleasure to be invited here and let's say to celebrate a little bit this story of success. Our relationship with Dewesoft started in 2017, I think. So it was at the very beginning in the first chat together. What is, I think, significant about this experience and this story, what, let's say, we can learn from our common experience, I think that we can imagine what a startup passes through in order to, when, let's say, make the transition to a scale up. Let's say SITE was not a startup, Dewesoft was not a startup, but the market of monitoring of bridges was, I think, at a startup level. In the sense that from 2017 until 2022, as a startup, there were many particular projects spread out the country. And I think that every single company working in this domain could have done in 5 years 10 experience, 10 bridges. And let's say everyone was focused on technology. Everyone was trying to do his experiments, his test. And that was what I define a startup level in the market. Then, as Gabriele said, in Italy, there was this huge investment from the Italian national road operator, which demanded to scale up, demanded a different level. And as a startup, when face the challenge to scale up, also as a service provider and Dewesoft faced this kind of challenge. And considering that in the startup and scale-up domain, only 10% of startup become, let's say, have a success in scale-up, I think that this gives us the idea of the challenges. SITE was awarded of a contract of 200 bridges. The first milestone was to complete 30 bridges in 6 months, without losing the quality of the measures and the data. So the challenges was to industrialize a service. Before, I think, this project, the services related to bridge monitoring could focus on one bridge for 1 year, and you studied with your engineers team the project, and you customized the project in every detail for that bridge, arriving at a certain kind of quality. Without losing any of this kind of quality in the final result, we had to complete 30 bridges in 6 months, and this meant many different things in the managing and in the industrialization together with Dewesoft on a service process.
But you showed you have done it very good.
Let's say our background was building in telecommunication infrastructures. We come from telecommunication infrastructure. We come from ICT systems in national with building infrastructures in all the countries. So our background was coming from was this, and we try to apply the rules of those kind of processes in the bridge monitoring, and I think that let's say it was 6 month challenging, and I think that this lesson can be also brought abroad. I think that the bridge, let's say the infrastructure monitoring market is more or less all over Europe at the same level of Italy 2 years ago, before this tender. So in a startup ready to become scale-up market, and so it would be, let's say, interesting to use this experience also to help local system integrators to develop their business.
Yeah, I wanted just to add that Eugenio and Stefano Cremonini, engineering director, they will be with us for a day. So if anybody of you has some nice projects in monitoring, you may want to have a beer with them tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gabriela, and especially thank you also from my side to SITE and the whole team, especially Eugenio, Stefano, and everyone else for trusting us on this project. So to conclude the keynote, I would just like to remind everyone that there is the monitoring forum taking place just after, and we have I think eastern part of the hall dedicated to those 4 sessions, actually 5. We will start with SHM introduction from Professor Wenzel and Professor Chigada, and then continue with case studies in wind turbine and then bridge case studies. I will have a presentation on our solutions, especially the NemoSense, and then OMA case study by Palle Andersen. Thank you.